Hi guys, and welcome back to 101 with Frank Pinson. We have the lady right here, Mr. Angela Stevenson. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for coming on the show.
You are so welcome. I'm glad to be here.
That's good. So let's jump right into this thing. I know you. We all know you. Everyone in the community knows you.
I hope so.
We do know. I know I grew up with your son, Jamaikas. Everyone knows Jamaikas. So we had some good times. But who is Miss Angela Stevenson?
Wow. Well, you introduced me earlier. I'm a mother, playwright. An author. I'm a very outgoing person. I believe and I love entrepreneurship. I'm going to say that. I'm all about business, but I believe in helping people. So I'm just really a down-to-earth, fun person who is just really trying to make their way in life.
That's good stuff there. So we do know that you were a member of the only one, the true gospel Pentecostal here, right?
Yes, I was a member there.
Shout out to Bishop Graham.
Yes, that's my godfather. Hey, Bishop.
You have any other shout outs from that church there?
I do not want to start calling names,
okay,
but I want to shout out all of Dalton who has ever supported me, even in my humble beginnings, who's just been a great support for me. So shout out to all of Dalton, all my friends and family who live here. Yes.
That's it. So talking about the church, I know that they actually helped you get through some tough times.
Yes.
Do you have any words of motivation to any single parent mothers out there who are going through some times? Do you have any words for them?
I guess the best advice that I could give to anyone is to try to find and have a strong support system. That's very important, whether it's through your church family, whether it's through friends or loved ones. Find somebody who supports you and see that you're trying to do something, because it's hard trying to be a single parent sometimes. We don't have the finances we always want to have, struggling between work and trying to give time to our children, but have a support system who can help you, because sometimes you need just an outlet. I need to get away from children for for a minute. Not that I don't love y'all, but I just need my little time. So just have a support person that, hey, I'm gonna take the kids for a minute. You go take 2 hours, go to the mall or go work out or whatever it is you need to do, but have a support system.
That's good stuff. So the church pushed you to make a fresh start. That's easy to say.
Yes.
So where did you go, and while you were gone, what is it that you what you did?
Well, after I left Dalton, of course, True Gospel is the hub, is foundation of who I am. A lot of the church family, my pastor, Bishop Graham, poured a lot into me, encouraging me to do better, be better, because I had some hard times in life after I went through my divorce. But I left Dalton and ended up going to Atlanta. I just wanted to better myself and give my children a better opportunity in life. Not that I didn't love Dalton, but some things that I wanted to do. I always wanted to live in Atlanta, and once I got there, some opportunities opened up for me to allow me to be able to write my first book. And I know you're gonna have some other questions, but yes, I am an author, so I was able to do my first book after I went to Atlanta.
Oh, that is, how do you even write a book? I'm thinking all the journal note, in your journal, do you Xerox copy that and just send it? How does it go writing a book?
Actually, you said it. It starts out that way.
Oh, really?
I journal a lot, and just throughout some things that have happened to me in life, I was writing little notes here and little thoughts here, and decided that I was going to write this book. And based on some of the life's events that I went through, the book is fictional, but I poured a lot of me into it. Yeah. So I shared some of my life story in there, even though most people don't know what the true parts are because I made it fictional. Yeah. But yeah, it started out from journaling, and then I just sat down one day and said, I'm gonna do this. But it actually took me 5 years to complete it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That hard work paid off. So the book was a success.
It was.
And so you wrote it into an actual stage play.
Yes. So how that came about.
Before you go any further, when it goes into a movie,
you want to be in it.
I'm in it, right?
I got you. I got a perfect part for you. Yes.
So talk about the actual the stage play.
Let's see. When I first wrote the book and people started reading it, they were like, "This should be a movie. This should be a movie." So I was like, "Okay, I would love to be in a movie. I would love to do a movie," but I didn't know anything about the movie industry. But I knew how to write stage plays. I knew how to write plays or scripts. So I thought, and so I said, "Well, I can do that." So it started out with the script, and I turned. The book is entitled Misery, Mess, and Miracles. So I turned that into a script, and we went to production with that and did a couple of rounds with that. And
so is that easy to say, Can You Love Me Now?
It was easier to write Can You Love Me Now after I wrote the first one.
So let's talk about this right here. What is this that you have on the screen?
Can You Love Me Now? It's my next, actually, production that I'm bringing to Dalton November the 12th, and you will be hearing more about that. But It's centered around a church family, a bishop and his family, and it really talks about secrets. You know, sometimes we think we know people. Of course, your parents, you think you know your children. You know them inside and out. But this family, he doesn't know his children, his 2 grown children, and so they're coming to share some secrets that is just going to rock his foundation.
Oh man!
Yeah, so it's going to be very good.
So let's make sure we go out and see that. So I'm interested in that. So what is like the hardest part in getting this thing together? Because I know if you had me on, I wouldn't remember my lines. I'd be on there forgetting stuff.
I'll make sure you remember your lines.
What's the hardest part about bringing this production together?
One hardest part is casting. Because as I'm writing, I see a character and I need someone who's going to be able to portray that characteristic of that character. So casting is the hardest part. You know, I have a lot of people who always want to be a part of my productions, but finding the right person for a particular role is always my hardest.
So speaking about the casting as well, on this picture here, can you talk about some of the characters and who's your favorite character and how's that go?
I actually love all of my characters, but 2 of them really stand out. Mother Walden, she's the grandmother of the family. She's not a Medea, but she's very witty. She's snippet at the mouth, but she's also a woman of wisdom also. So she just speaks out of turn. She sings out of turn. She will have you laughing, but then she'll also have you thinking. Yes.
So where and when is this show again? Let's make sure we get people there.
Great, I'm glad you asked. So it's going to be November the 12th, which is on a Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Wink Theater. I always want to say Dalton Wink Theater, but at the Wink Theater, and it's at 7 o'clock. Tickets are only $25 for general admission, and for you, you can come in for $35 for VIP.
Okay, that sounds good. So talking about that in the characters, let me audition real quick.
Okay, let me see what you're working with.
So you just give me a thumbs up, people at home, or a thumbs down, okay?
What y'all think about this?
You got this. All right. Let's see. Juliet, Juliet, wherefore art thou, Juliet, and sing. What do you have?
I'm gonna give you a half thumb.
Okay.
Half thumb.
You gotta make sure you come out there and see that. So how can we buy tickets to come and see this?
Let's see. We can also purchase tickets the day of. I would not advise you to wait until November the 12th, but you can go online to www.aesproductionsllc.com, and you'll be able to purchase tickets. It's real easy. There's a link that says tickets, purchases there. You can also reach out to me on social media, on Facebook. I'll be happy to get tickets. And there are several people here and actually in Dalton who have tickets, who are peddling tickets for me.
Okay, good stuff. Lastly, before we get you out of here, you know I love to encourage the youth. So any potential authors or playwright that we have out there, do you have any words of motivation to them to let them know about these bumps in the road so they can grow up to be just like you?
Oh, wow. Yes, of course. From the youngest to the oldest, I'm gonna say, because everyone has dreams and aspirations, I would just say follow your dream, be encouraged. You're gonna run into some hard times, but keep going, never give up is the main thing. Never give up, because you're gonna run into some hurdles and be like, oh, you question yourself, question your gifts and your talents, but keep going, don't give up is the main thing. And seek out people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, and maybe you can take some things from them, critique it, and apply it to your life, and it'll help you along the way. I look to Tyler Perry. I hope to work with him one day. But he encourages me a lot through some of the things that he posts out in his videos and things, because he's doing what I do in a greater scale. So I would definitely
that is good stuff. You guys take that and apply that to your everyday lives. And lastly, how can we follow you on social media, keep up with what you're doing?
Let's see. Only thing I'm not on is probably Snapchat.
Okay.
But I am on Facebook, Angela E. Stevenson. My personal page is full, but you can follow me on my fan page, Angela E. Stevenson. I am on Instagram, also Angela E. Stevenson, and there's also a Facebook page for the play, Can You Love Me Now? Yes.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Make sure we support this, guys, and thank you again for coming.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. Right after this quick commercial break, we'll be right back with our next guest.